God of War's been out for 2 weeks now, and people were waiting for the customary Sony PR release to tell us how well the game sold. And sure enough, it reached for the stratosphere and sold 3.1 million in 3 days. Wait, what? 3.1 million in 3 days? Holy shit! What's going on, guys? Randall Thor19, the man with the million, back again with another video. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday. I know I am. Got a lot on my plate. Happy to make this video. Happy to make videos for you guys pretty much every single day. So if you enjoy the content I do make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button if you're new. But man, I was expecting a little bit less for God of War, but I am very happy, very ecstatic that a amazing title was met with an amazing response from gamers. So here we go. The PlayStation blog put out a PR release today, and this titled, God of War sells 3.1 million units in 3 days, becomes fastest selling PS4 exclusive. And the subheading is Santa Monica Studios' bold new vision for the legendary PlayStation series has won over players and critics alike. And it was a perfect storm for this game. It was hyped up from the moon by Sony. They did some incredible advertising, and then the reviews hit roughly about a week out, and it was like 95 on Metacritic for a long time. I did a personal review for the game, loved it, gave it a 10 out of 10, and I was kind of waiting to see if gamers would respond to the critical acclaim, and sure enough, 3.1 million. 3.1 million is great for even like a total number sold over the, across the title's history for most titles, right? But 3.1 million in 3 days, that's unheard of for an exclusive. You look at Uncharted 4, which arguably was, and maybe still is, Sony's best-selling franchise, and that one only did about 2.7-ish? 2.6? No, it was 2.7 million in a week. Horizon Zero Dawn, the game that came out last year from Guerrilla Games, I got about an 89 on Metacritic. People loved it. That did 2.6 million in 2 weeks. And even The Last of Us on the PS3 shipped about 3.4 million in 3 weeks. And here we have God of War coming out and doing 3.1 in 3 days. It's incredibly mind-blowing. We just had a game like Far Cry 5, a multi-platform on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC, sell about 5 million in a week. And here's God of War selling 3.1 in 3 days. Not a full week. This isn't a full week statistic. This is 3 single days. That is incredibly impressive. But I already know people are going to try and downplay this in some manner. They're going to say, well, it should sell that much because it's on a system of 80 some odd million, right? 75 million, 77 million, whatever the number is. So it should sell that much. Right? And then they'll probably say, it only sold to 4% of the PlayStation audience. Like they do anytime they want to downplay the success of any PlayStation game. You know what? Screw those people. Screw them. Because they have no idea what they're talking about as usual. I don't know why anybody would pay attention to people like that. This is an amazing response for God of War, a game that is, any adjective you want to use, a game that I think is the game of the generation, in my opinion. And when you sell 3 million copies in 3 days on a single system, this isn't a multi-plat, there's obviously a lot of demand for it, right? But of course, people are going to want to downplay, because that's what people do across the internet. Downplay the success of a console they don't like or a console they don't own. But what we should be doing today is celebrating the fact that a single-player game is selling phenomenally. We've been told that single-player doesn't have impact anymore, doesn't sell like it used to, that nobody really cares for it. Bethesda ran their save single player campaign last E3. They do a lot of single player stuff. All we hear about left and right every single day is Fortnite, PUBG, Overwatch, and all these multiplayer experiences that are fun. Sure, of course they are. They're fun. People play them. I enjoy playing PUBG quite a bit, right? But I still love me some single player. So it's nice and refreshing to see Sony get rewarded for making a game like this. A game that took 5 years to make. Strictly a cinematic, single player adventure with Kratos. And people going over the moon over it. People being like, I need to play this game. I need to buy it digitally. I need to buy the collector's edition. I just need to play this. And it's going to go on to sell even more copies. Who knows? Michael Pachter said anywhere between 10 to 20 million. I mean, it did 3 million in 3 single days. So, very refreshing to see. I'm incredibly happy, and I'm so looking forward to God of War 2. Are they going to call it God of War 2? I mean, this is technically God of War 4, but they called it God of War 1 because it's a soft reboot. Are they going to call it God of War 2? I'm kind of interested in seeing how they're going to name this. Or maybe they just call it God of War, colon, and then some sort of, subtitle. Because that's how a lot of games name themselves these days, right? They don't want to, like, give it a number. It's like God of War, Kratos destroys everybody, or something along those lines. Fantastic news. And, Sony, they're keeping it coming, man. They got Detroit coming out at the end of this month, which is a Quantic Dream game. I've never played one, but I hear they're very similar to the Telltale style games, very kind of movie-like. Not a lot of gameplay per se, but that's cool because I enjoy the Telltale games, so I'm interested in checking out. And then, of course, at the end of the year, you have Spider-Man coming in September, another single-player game. So Sony is once again out here proving to people that maybe had any doubts that single-player matters, and if you do it right, if you give the team time and money to make an experience, gamers will respond. They let Guerrilla Games stop working on Killzone and spend 4 years working on Horizon Zero Dawn and was met with 9 million sales total of a brand new IP. They let Sony Santa Monica spend 5 years working on a reboot of God of War, which, think about it, removed everything people loved about the original God of War games. The QTEs, the close camera, the Greek mythology, the things that defined God of War back during the PS2 and PS3 eras. The things that made God of War, they removed literally everything. The only thing that came over was Kratos. And here we have it potentially being the best-selling God of War title ever. You have Spider-Man coming out at the end of the year, which already looks like it could maybe sell on par with God of War. Sony proving that people crave these type of experiences, that their business model is maybe the one that other studios and other publishers and other console manufacturers should be the one to follow. And, they take the risk and they reap the reward. I mean, come on, it's incredibly risky to allow a studio to spend 5 years working on a franchise that removes all the core components from the original game. That is incredibly risky. You could have risked alienating all the God of War fans. This game could have come out like a wet fart, and nobody could have bought it because they would have been so upset by the changes to it. But no, they took that risk, and now they have the reward. A huge reward. God of War back in the limelight, the biggest exclusive, the best-selling exclusive, and it's only going to get bigger from here on out. Sony has a lineup that are just dominated with these single-player story games. And clearly, people want to play these, because that's what sales are. They're maybe not indicative of something that's good, but it's something that people want to play. It's popularity. This is proven, once again, that people enjoy and people crave the single-player experience. And I hope other companies out there are watching this and being like, there might be something to this. 3 million in 3 days is a number we would love to have. 3 million is a number we would love to have, period. But 3 million in 3 days on one console, we would kill for something like that. But all at the end of the day, I love the fact that God of War is received this way because I greatly enjoy it. And great games, I feel, should always be met with great response, great sales. And everybody at Sony Santa Monica and Cory Balrog, sorry if I said his name wrong, congratulations. You made it an excellent game, and it looks like you're going to be justly rewarded for it. Anyways, guys, that is the video. Let me know what you think about God of War selling 3.1 million units in 3 days, outselling Uncharted 4 and the previous heavy hitters. I think it's pretty goddamn impressive, and I hope you do as well. And if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button. Consider subscribing to the channel for more content. Hit the notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new content. Share it out on Twitter so we can get more people to check out the channel. I would greatly appreciate it, because I know I just hit 15,000 subs on Twitter, and I love all of you guys who watch the videos daily. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.